Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Genevieve, the practical intuitive healer. So today's video is all about how to make yourself irresistibly attractive. And this video is not geared toward any gender or sexuality. And this video might not be exactly what you expect. What do I mean by that? Well, funnily enough, the other day, I myself was scrolling through YouTube and I found this random vintage like 1940s video for girls, and it was all about how to be prettier. And you're watching it and you think, oh, this is gonna be like some misogynistic, crazy BS. And it turned out the woman who was doing this 1940s talk to these girls was saying, you know, you're all so obsessed with trying to be pretty, and what really matters is on the inside. And it's funny because we have all spent our lives hearing that. It's been in all the children's show messaging all through high school, our teachers reminding us that. And yet a lot of us still get very focused on the physical attributes that we have and how we can make ourselves physically appealing, to the point that we forget what actually makes us irresistibly attractive. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 huge things about you that make you irresistibly attractive and how you can try to bring those out just a little bit more. So first I want to say I grew up as a pretty overweight kid, and because of that I really believed that most of my value was in the way I looked. And because I was overweight and I was a little bit awkward, I had a stutter, I just didn't see myself valuable because all of the physical external things about me didn't match what I thought were attractive in other people. So as I grew up and as I got into my 20s, this is Bub, by the way, he wants to be in this video to show you how attractive he is. So when I grew up and I got into my 20s, I became very fitness obsessed. I lost 90 pounds, and the catalyst for this huge weight loss was actually this guy in college that I had this huge crush on. He was like an ultimate Frisbee player. He had like the body of a Greek god, and I thought he was like the be-all end-all of who I wanted to be with. And instead of focusing on me and how I can heal the insides of me and what is it about me that really even makes me like a cool person, I just became obsessed with changing my physical appearance, losing all this weight, getting nice clothes, trying to do my makeup better and my hair better. I didn't like that I had curly hair, so I got to straighten the hair and all that crazy stuff. So I say that because I think a lot of the people who might find this video, who might be watching this right now, might be in a place right now where they are trying to make themselves more attractive for a particular person or for a particular reason, and they are looking for tips to maybe change their physical appearance or how to look more physically appealing to other people. And I want you to know that that is not the right way to be going, and that it might be counterintuitive, but what actually makes you so attractive is celebrating who you really are, just like our teachers have always said to us. So again, in this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 things about you that you can start focusing on and relying on in what makes you truly, really attractive. So number 1. Be honest. It's so simple to just be honest, and yet it is extremely difficult for many people to truly talk about how they feel, to truly talk about what they think, and to say it in a way that is not threatening or criticizing of someone else. Sometimes it feels easier to be honest when what we're being honest about is how much we don't like something outside of ourselves, or how much we don't like something that someone else is doing. But being truly honest is about saying how you feel, what's going on in your inner world, and what you truly think about yourself and your place in the world and your values, and being really vocal and clear about what those things are. Being honest also means that when someone asks you what you're looking for in a relationship, for example, you say what you actually want, and you don't just say, oh, I'm up for whatever, when if in fact you are not up for whatever and you actually do have a clear idea of the kind of person you're looking for, then say that. Don't try to play it cool or underplay what you really want and what you really feel just to make someone else feel comfortable or to do what you think that they want you to do. Being honest also means that you communicate even when it's really tough to communicate. Sometimes being honest means that we have to tell someone that we actually aren't attracted to them and that we would really like to be in a friendship. Doing that as opposed to ghosting them because you're literally too afraid to be honest. And being honest is something that we do not just in dating or in our romantic relationships, but in all areas of our life. So being honest with our families and at work and with all of our friends. So being honest is something that you can cultivate before you even get out there in the dating world or have a partner, in case you are single while you're watching this. It's something that you do no matter what in all areas of your life. All right, the second thing that we can do to be irresistibly attractive, and it's a big one, and that is being an asset and not a burden on other people's lives. And let me get this very clear for you. When I say be an asset in someone's life, I'm not saying do whatever they want, like do their laundry for them, just roll over and be a doormat in someone else's life, because I can speak from experience. There was a time in my life where that's what I thought being an asset in someone's life was just doing whatever they asked of me and having no boundaries and just going out of my way to take care of them. And that is not what I mean. Being an asset in someone's life means that you express the positive attributes of yourself in a way that the people around you benefit from them. And that can be as simple or as general as simply seeing the good in other people, being a genuinely nice person, being loving and thoughtful towards other people. But it could also mean that you have just positive personality attributes, like you're funny or you're really smart, just things about you that you can share with others that add to their lives. And the second part of this, which is about not being a burden to other people, is all about how much are you giving and taking in relationships. So when you are an asset to others, that means that you are giving the right amount to other people, and you're not a burden, and that you're not demanding or expecting too much from them in return. So someone who is a burden is someone who is like totally helpless, can never do anything for themselves. People who have really low self-esteem, sometimes they will turn themselves kind of into a martyr, like I'm gonna do all this for you, and then you're gonna do this for me, and they create like these very transactional relationships. But being a burden could also mean that you are just an extremely negative person, you never see the good in anything, and you're just difficult to be around, and that can be pretty draining to people. And this is not to say that you always have to be in a good mood. Of course, it's normal for all of us to have ups and downs in life, and when you're genuinely going through a hard time, the people who really love you and support you and your partner, if you're in a relationship, should be there for you. And it's not that you should hide that from them. It's that if you are constantly in this negative place, if you're always draining the people around you, if you're just not able to help yourself and you just all you want is like negative attention, then you might be a burden to the people around you. The third thing is know who you are and do not compromise that for anyone. And this can also be a tricky one for people because it's advice that we hear a lot, is just know yourself and be true to yourself and don't compromise. But I'm gonna give you some very specific advice around this because sometimes that's just way too vague to just know yourself. So I want you, if you really don't feel like you know yourself, to do a search on the internet for a list of different values. And there is tons of stuff out there. There's like sheets and sheets of pages of values. And go through and actually circle or write down the ones that truly are values that you hold or that you want to hold. It could also be super helpful for you to strike off or make a list of the values that you don't hold so that you know, okay, this is who I am and this is who I am not. And when you get really clear about what your values are, it'll be really easy for you, or hopefully easier, to maintain a sense of integrity and not changing who you are or editing who you are to fit whatever you think the person you're with or the people you're around want you to be. You have those clear set of values. They make you happy. They make you feel like you're comfortable in your own skin, and you're not willing to give those up for anyone around you. And I can't tell you how amazingly attractive boundaries are to others. Just think for yourself in your own life, like the people in your life who are really attractive. They are people who are so confident and sure of themselves. They say what they think. They are honest. They don't compromise who they are for anything. And that is what you can be as well if you just get really clear on who you are and you start executing that in the world and being honest. The fourth thing is celebrate your uniqueness and do not edit it out. And this one used to be a really hard one for me. Anything about me that was kind of quirky or weird, I was honestly kind of ashamed of. I didn't like things about me, like even like my big thighs or my stutter. And those are things about me that actually make me extremely unique and cute and attractive to the people who are the right people for me, the ones who are naturally going to be attracted to me, and the ones who will be attracted to you, your people. They're gonna like the things about you that make you unique and quirky. So if you're running around trying to edit those things out and trying to force yourself to fit a mold that isn't you, and just, put on a persona that you think is someone else's persona, someone else more attractive than you, that is just, it's never going to work for you. That is extremely unattractive, and it's the very things that you might be afraid of in yourself because they're so quirky that are the most attractive about you. So my fifth and final thing for you today in how to make yourself irresistibly attractive is to learn how to listen. And this is a big one. A lot of people, especially people who are drawn to videos like this, who want to be better themselves, we can get so stuck in focusing on ourselves and how we present ourselves and how we look that we totally forget to be genuinely interested and listen to other people. It's also through listening to other people that we learn whether or not we are actually attracted to them in return. Sometimes when we're so focused on wanting people to like us, we forget the huge important part of the equation is our own liking of the people that we surround ourselves with. So when you are dating or when you're just socializing, truly listen to what the people around you are saying and believe what they say. And maybe also listen to what they are not saying. If you are noticing that you're very comfortable being honest and the person you're with is not comfortable with that, then that's a sign that that person is probably not for you. They haven't done their own work. They're not on your level. And sometimes when you are so wrapped up in like, oh, but they're so attractive and I want to be with them, you're not listening. You're not realizing what's meant for you and what's not. Another really attractive component to being a good listener is that you're showing that you are coachable and curious, and you're open to hearing other opinions that might differ from your own, and you're not going to be quick to judge or to criticize. It's very attractive to be a nice, open person who's willing to listen to what other people have to say. Being a good listener also takes the pressure off of yourself to be constantly in your own head, scanning to see if you're okay or not. When you start really listening, you get out of yourself and you get out of your own self-consciousness, and you start to really immerse yourself in someone else's world and in someone else's experience. So please let me know in the comments below how these 5 things have worked out for you in your own life. Maybe which ones you need to cultivate a little bit more in your life. And let me know if there's anything on this list that I left out that you think is so important to being irresistibly attractive. And again, I am Genevieve. I am the practical intuitive healer doing intuitive life coaching all over the world. Please subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me. And like I said, comment, give me a thumbs up. It is with your support that I'm able to keep making videos and be on YouTube. So thank you so much.